Good evening, everyone, and happy Saturday. I hope all of you are out enjoying this phenomenal weather. I wish I was outside there with you. Welcome to The News Now. This is our digital newscast that we bring to you multiple times a day throughout the week and even on the weekends, so you have the latest information. I know a lot of you looking at that headline here coming out of Toombs County. We'll get to that a little later in this newscast. But first, we have some statewide Georgia news. Governor Nathan Deal signed legislation today that provided roughly $270 million in emergency funding for areas that were heavily impacted by Hurricane Michael. Now, that money will mostly help families and businesses who are heavily dependent on agriculture and the timber industry down there in southwest Georgia. According to the governor's office, that area experienced approximately $2.5 billion in losses within those sectors. Governor Deal also signed legislation that suspends the collection of the state's 4% sales and use tax on jet fuel. That sales tax was imposed back in February as a punishment for Delta when the airline cut ties with the NRA. Now, all was forgiven between the Georgia legislature. We are having a hard time speaking today, guys. And Delta. Now, this will save Delta around $40 million a year. Big news in Georgia today. And an update for you in the case of 5 men in Chatham County accused of 2 different murders. The fate of those 5 men now in the hands of a jury. The jury is currently deliberating and is expected to have more information for us shortly. Now, the state is trying to tie those 5 defendants to the murders of Rebecca Foley and James Pastures. Our Sean Evans has been following this story since the first day of the first trial. That's because there have been a few mistrials. He's also been in the courtroom for a good portion of today's trial, and we'll have the latest updates in our evening newscasts tonight. And now to that Toombs County news that we're following. An update to a story that we broke yesterday. Toombs County deputies have arrested a suspect connected with an armed robbery and death of a Vidalia store owner. 29-year-old Tyrone Burns, you're looking at him on your screen there, was arrested and charged with aggravated assault, armed robbery, felony murder, and malice murder. Vidalia police say that Burns walked into the R.J. Pope traditional menswear store in Vidalia with an intent to rob that store. 31-year-old Brooke Joyner of Vidalia died in the process. That was the store owner. Now, this investigation is still ongoing, and we'll get those latest updates straight to you as soon as more information becomes available. Many of you probably experienced quite a bit of traffic on I-95 earlier today. That's because a motorcycle wreck on I-95 sent 3 motorcyclists to the hospital. Now, that crash happened just south of exit 94. Chatham County police officers on scene say the 3 riders are believed to be okay, which is very good news. They were riding in the 9-line apparel poker run, which started at the Savannah Harley-Davidson. Now, poker run organizers say the motorcyclists did not have a police escort. Officers at the crash site estimated there were about 100 riders today on I-95 when that wreck happened. I do want to jump in before we say goodbye. A lot of you guys joining us today on this Saturday. I love that you're watching, but why are you guys not outside? I'm so glad that he's been caught. That was the man out of Toombs County in Vidalia who robbed the store. Also, the owner of that store died in the process. We're not sure how. We are still gathering those details. Howdy, David Oswald. I love the terminology down here in Georgia. Howdy right back to you. Some of you guys sending prayers. Hello from Claxton, Nate Warren. Thanks so much for watching. Not easy. Hello from Vidalia. Tina, I'm sure you're following that news very closely. A $2.5 billion in damages, but only $270,000 in support. Guys, that's because it's coming directly from the state. Now, federal grants have also been provided for assistance, but that's coming from the state of Georgia. Governor Deal signing that today. I know that only seems like a minor dent in the large scale of that damage, but it is actually a tremendous amount of money going towards those efforts. Most of you guys, thank you, Danielle. You're welcome. Kevin, thanks for watching. And you guys get out there, enjoy the weather, and be sure to join us as soon as the football game is over on CBS, on The News at 7, and again tonight on The News at 11. Bye, guys.